In this video, I'm going to start the modifications and upgrades on my 2007 Ford Ranger. Hello everyone and welcome to Marty Motoring. This is my 2007 Ford Ranger XL. It's a base model truck, very basic, manual, and right behind me is a 2005 Ford Ranger XL automatic. Now this is a parts truck that my shopmate Chad and I bought. He has a Ranger he's fixing up and I do too. So we're gonna use some of the parts to fix my 2007 Ford Ranger XL. And that's not really exciting and not what this video is about. This video is actually about modifications and upgrades to my 2007 Ford Ranger. So I bought this truck as a beater truck and to haul stuff, and I've done that a bunch with it now. But it could use a couple of upgrades. So I bought some and some companies have sent me some. What we're gonna do is start the modifications and upgrades on the 2007 Ford Ranger to take it from beater truck to just a little bit nicer. It's not gonna be fresh and brand new, but it'll just be a nicer experience to drive. So let's get started. So we are here in my shop space with the 2005 and the 2007. And as you probably saw in the thumbnail, these are the parts that I will be installing. First up, we have an NRG steering wheel and a hub. Here's actually the box for the hub, and I bought that myself. The links for that will be in the description below if you'd like to do this to your Ranger as well. It did come with a horn, so we'll have to wire that up. I will lose the airbag when I do this. I already have the hub on, I just need to put the steering wheel on. I do have the truck semi apart because I started this process already before filming this video. I do have a cheap head unit in there. I do want to upgrade to this. This should have a little bit better sound quality, and it's also a cheap one. But I didn't go with a full CarPlay unit because I got this really sweet CarPod Go unit, and that can mount on the dash or from the windshield, and it Bluetooth connects to a receiver. So I can still have a nice LED, big volume knob, and then I'll have this CarPod Go. This will be a separate video with me installing this and reviewing it. So definitely stay tuned for that and hit subscribe if you're interested in seeing that. And then I was also sent these LasFit bulbs. These headlight bulbs are pretty old and halogen and they look terrible. So I'm not usually a fan of putting LEDs in a reflector housing, but we're gonna see how these work. Hopefully we can just kind of point them down and not blind anybody, but we'll have nice white light LEDs, use less power. It's a win all around. So big thanks to LasFit for sending these. We're gonna install them here in a minute. Also got some carpet from Auto Custom Carpets. This truck came with vinyl and it was terrible and there was some rust and water damage. So I'm just gonna fix all that and put a fresh carpet in. I noticed my shifter boot underlay thing was broken. I'm not really sure what this is called. So I ordered a new one. We got some side sill plastics. Those were cracked, so figured I'd order new ones. We have the stereo install kit for double din, and that's about it for right now, other than under the hood. So here in the front of the vehicle, we have the original grille with a missing Ford logo. That'll need to be replaced just to look a little bit nicer. Under the hood here, this 2.3 liter has almost 355,000 miles. It does have a slow coolant leak. I've noticed that dripping underneath and had to refill it, so I have to fix that at some point. But like I said, it's not a daily driver. It's not really a big deal right now. The biggest change I made, and this might be controversial, I got this kit on eBay for 20 bucks. It's for the older Rangers without a map sensor, but I just took the extra box from here, cut it, and just kind of made my own mount here, and put this cold air intake, which is really a short ram hot air intake, but it is pulling from the same area up here, plus the hot engine air. But I mostly got it for sound just because this doesn't sound great, this 4-cylinder, and it's just kind of fun. And I still have the original one, so I can just pop that in. MAP sensor, everything's good there. And I still do have the original one as well as a aftermarket filter. So I kind of want to test this combo versus the one I made and see which one performs better. Moving on to the interior, I have DIY tinted windows, which came out okay. Overall, they're not terrible. And here's where the magic happens. Well, not really. We got the NRG short hub, or just hub. I don't know if it's a short one. It is shorter than some of the other ones I've seen, but this fits right on there. And we have the wiring. I do lose an airbag, but this wiring does work for the horn. I actually want to take this off again and get some of this wiring a little bit cleaner, take out the airbag wires and all that. But the resistors, I have the steering column off, all that good stuff. But here's where the problem was with this truck. These are just floor mats I had. And under here is like pretty rusted. I'm gonna have to cut this out and weld in a new piece. I do have a welder. I'm still learning, but I'm going to try to fix that. They are fixed for now, but the rust is only gonna get worse, so I do need to fix that and address it. But everything else works on this truck. Manual transmission, clutch was replaced by the previous owner. It does have some wear and tear, and I do have different seats that I can put in. Once I fix this, do the new carpet, kind of the new stereo, we're gonna have the car pod go, the new steering wheel. It's gonna be like a whole new interior, so that's the plan there. And one thing not here is the Raptor Liner that came with the truck. So I'm gonna sand all this down. I kind of started the process of getting some of the rust off, but of course it's oxidizing again. So I need to sand all this again, wire wheel it, and get this ready for some Raptor Liner. All right, and here we are at the toolbox. We're gonna unbox these LasFit LED lights. Got our product manual, these very interesting connectors. I like that they're blue, and the LEDs themselves. I've always had good luck with LasFit products. So if you want to get some, definitely hit the link in the description below. Use my code, you can get a discount. And yeah, so here we are at the headlight. There are just locking tabs for the headlight assembly. So this can pop out just like this. And now we can access the headlight, which I've already unplugged. Take this off, and then we can literally just pull out the old halogen bulb. You can see the difference in light output technology. LEDs are just nice, white and bright, and they use less power. So I did have to get a little creative here to get this ring on, but as you can see, now this is very solid and locked in place. So we are good there. Now, the next challenge is to get it all back in line. Now we can do a light test comparison. So here are the outdated halogen bulbs, very yellow, not very bright. And here are the new LEDs, very white, very bright. I can hear the fan running. What we do need to check with these is the cutoff so that we don't blind people. Right now the cutoff looks pretty good, and that might just be the design of the lights and the Ford Ranger together. We might be okay. But I have to get this outside at night and just make sure there's not too much light scatter. But there you can see the difference, LasFit LED versus just a regular halogen bulb. So we want to face it forward, this back on. Okay, and it should sit like that. This is almost the hardest part. And here's how the light output looks currently. Of course, that will have to be adjusted. Not bad. So next, I'm gonna transfer the 15-inch wheels, the proper sized ones with pretty decent tires, to the 2007. That's originally what came on it. We threw these Lariat ones with better tread on there to pass inspection and just have more tread. I don't like how big they are, the tires. They make the truck sit higher, so I want it to be original height or lower, especially if I lower it one day. I just want to have it sitting proper. So the wheels are swapped. These are going to need to be cleaned, painted, and these are going to need to be cleaned up as well. So we'll probably do like the black and the chrome. And then I have the lug nut soaking, so we'll see if that cleans them at all. The wheels will have to wait for the next video, but that update will be coming. Well, unfortunately, I'm running out of daylight, time, and energy. So that's where we're gonna pause right now for the Ford Ranger content, the update, refresh kind of little series I'm doing on it. It's a fun vehicle to mod because it is cheap and simple, and it's also not my daily driver, so I don't have to rush, which is nice. I'm driving my other car. With the Ford Ranger, next we have the wheels, so that'll be exciting to get those on and just make them look a little bit better, be able to drive it, get the steering wheel back on, wired up. We have the car pod go to install, and I can't wait to use the LasFit LEDs on the road and make sure they look good and everything like that. With all that said, thank you for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to follow along with more content from my channel. Helps me out. Follow me on Instagram @MartyMotoring. And as always, keep those wheels turning. So long, farewell.